All right, I've had it. Nikki, you are stalking me, and I'm sick of it. I can't escape you. I turn on the TV, boom! There you are, talking about how I'm a disaster. I go to a rally, boom! You're there in the audience, probably taking notes on how to copy my speeches and check my closet at night. Boom! I swear I see your shadow lurking in there like some knockoff horror movie villain. Just admit it, you're obsessed with me. It's unhealthy. Do me a favor and get a life, because mine has no room for you in it. Go back to the DC Zoo with those other rhinos, bitch!
Donald, the only person obsessed here is you. You're always talking about me. If I had $1 for every time you brought me up, I could buy Twitter back from Elon, ban you again, and still have enough left over to buy a private island where I'd never have to hear your voice again.
Wrong. So wrong. You know what you are? You're a gold digger, but not even a normal gold digger. No, no. You don't go after men with money. You go after men with power. You just cling on to anyone who has influence, hoping to boost yourself up like a little parasite.
That's rich coming from the guy who leeched off his dad's fortune for half his life. You're the one with no room to talk, blood.
Fake news. My dad gave me a small loan of $1 million, and I turned it into billions. I only went into debt like 5 times, Nimarata.
Guys, would you two shut up for just 5 minutes? The Seattle Pilots are about to play, and I don't need this nonsense ruining my game day.
Joe, you do know the Seattle Pilots haven't existed since 1969, right?
That's right, total failure. A pathetic franchise, just like Joe's ability to finish a sentence.
No, you guys got it all wrong. They're playing today. I got my popcorn, got my soda, got my... Wait a minute. Wait, where the hell am I?
Joe, you're in Papa's hot doggeria.
Oh, well, that explains why my popcorn tastes like pixels.
Can you guys just hurry the hell up?
Whoa, hold on. Rick, you sound like garbage. You usually show up all cheerful, ready to sing. What's wrong with you? Did She-Hulk Michelle Obama take the girls to Toys R Us and ruin your day?
Oh, I don't know, Donald. Maybe it's because Mark fucking Zuckerberg has me working 60-hour weeks, forcing me to sing Never Gonna Give You Up at Toys R Us like I'm some kind of human jukebox for toddlers.
Wait, that's your job now?
Oh yeah. Every day I wake up, go to work, get shoved onto a tiny plastic stage, and sing the same damn song over and over again to a bunch of snot-covered, sugar-fueled gremlins who weren't even born when my song was popular.
You should be grateful at least you still have a store. Zuckerberg scammed me out of it.
Joe, that's because you literally handed him your entire Toys R Us in exchange for a free MetaQuest headset, among other things.
And did I get the headset?
No, because you're a sucker.
You know what's worse? One of those kids threw up on me today, right in the middle of my performance. I was hitting the chorus, mid-note, and suddenly, boom, little Timmy explodes like a fire hydrant of regret all over my shoes.
That is actually disgusting.
I had to take 10 showers, scrubbed so hard I think I removed a layer of my own skin.
Back in my day, if a kid threw up on you, you just rubbed some dirt on it and kept moving.
Donald, no one threw up on you. Isn't that what you do with bruises, pal?
Look, all I'm saying is, let's just focus on the damn game before I lose what little sanity I have left.
Yeah, at this rate, we're gonna spend half the video arguing before Joe even manages to ruin his first hot dog.
I don't ruin hot dogs, I just cook them a little extra well done.
Translation, this is going to be an absolute disaster.
All right, Joe, listen carefully. I know the tutorial might be a little much for you, but it's not that complicated. Both sides of the hot dog have to be cooked for the same amount of time, okay? We don't want a half-cooked mess of pig meat on a bun.
Okay, I get it. So, like, you just flip it over once, right? And then call it a day?
No, Joe, listen. This isn't some low-rent diner where you slap a hot dog on a grill for 10 seconds and hope for the best. You need to cook it evenly.
Well, that's all well and good, but what was that stuff on the side? The brown stuff?
Joe, no one cares about the side stuff. Focus on cooking hot dogs without making a big fucking mess.
Did you not see it? So what was that brown, gooey substance? It looked like... shit.
It's chili, Joe.
Nah, that's poop. Look at it when we see it again. Look at the texture. It's the exact shade of poop. I'm not putting that on my hot dog. I'll put it on Trump's, but it can stay 5 miles away from mine.
Joe, it's chili, not poop. Why is this even a discussion? You're literally overthinking chili. This fucking guy.
I don't care what it is, man. That looks like it came straight from the bottom of a swamp. You guys try putting this on your hot dogs and tell me it doesn't taste like someone's bad day. Is that some awful Gen Z trend or what, fuck folks?
Oh, for crying out loud, it's chili. What is wrong with you? You act like you've never seen chili before.
Oh, I've seen chili. And I've also had poop on my hot dogs before. And you know what? It tasted amazing. That was diarrhea, though. That's normal poop.
Joe, what the hell? You just said you've had poop or, well, diarrhea on your hot dogs before. Publicly. Like, out loud? That's not something you should be boasting about, you know?
That's just disgusting, Joe. Why would you even bring that up?
Hey, don't knock it till you try it. It's a delicacy. You don't know what you're missing.
Oh my God, I really can't do this anymore. I don't know what's worse. The fact that Joe just admitted to eating wet diarrhea on hot dogs, or the fact that he's doing it in front of people who don't even know where to begin with that level of insanity.
Honestly, I'm still processing the fact that he's doing this on a train. Like, why hasn't some buff or muscular dude in a uniform just tossed him out the window already? Not hypothetically, like literally the fuck man.
That's a great question, Ben. At this point, I'm seriously wondering why no one has just ejected him into the ocean.
What, just because I had a little diarrhea on a hot dog? Come on, guys, get with the times. You wouldn't understand real gourmet cuisine.
Okay, hold up. We're focusing on the wrong thing here. Joe, the chili is not poop, all right? We all know it's chili. The hot dogs are the issue here. You just about ruined the entire game by thinking chili is poop.
And the fact that you're still on this poop thing, it's honestly disturbing at this point. It's like a whole new level of weirdness. The only thing worse than that is hearing you talk about it in front of a live audience.
Okay, but just imagine the flavor profile, man. That's a winning combo. You all don't know what you're missing.
You know what? I need a nap. Someone please send me back to my Toys R Us gig before I lose my sanity completely.
Joe, I'll give you credit where it's due. You didn't completely burn the restaurant down. You didn't poison any customers that we know of. And somehow, by some divine intervention, no one has called corporate to report you for violating basic food safety laws. So, in retrospect, I'd say that's a win, but I gotta ask, why did you give that woman a large fizzo when she explicitly ordered a small? You literally looked right at her order, saw that tiny little S next to the drink, and still decided, nah, she needs a bucket of soda. What gives?
Nikki, you poor, naive, uninitiated soul. You're out here thinking in terms of rules and regulations, but I am thinking about something much, much bigger. Let me tell you a story, one that will shatter the very foundations of your worldview and open your eyes to the truth.
Oh, here we go. Everybody settle in, grab some popcorn, maybe a large drink, since apparently Biden doesn't believe in smalls, and prepare to lose brain cells.
Picture this. It's the summer of 1952. The world is still recovering from the war, which I served in, of course. Baseball is in its golden age, and a young, spry, handsome Joseph R. Biden is sitting in the stands at Griffith Stadium watching the Washington Senators take on the New York Yankees. The sun is beating down on me. I'm stuffing my face with a classic American hot dog, you know, when I actually could, and the far left wouldn't spike my chocolate chip ice cream, and all seems right with the world until suddenly disaster strikes.
Let me guess. Did inflation hit you so hard even back then that you couldn't afford a soda?
Worse, Ben, much worse. Joe Biden, future president of the United States, overheated. That's right. I collapsed in the stands like a bag of expired Kmart potatoes, my body succumbing to the merciless summer heat. I saw the light and heard the angels singing, and in that moment I knew I was dying.
What the fuck?
Dead. Flatline. Finished. I was convinced it was the end, that my time on this earth had reached its tragic, untimely conclusion. But then, as if some higher power had unfinished business for me, I was reborn. That was the first time in thousands of years I remembered I could
Oh, this is about to be some next level dimension nonsense. The next time we play Plague Inc., we should just set your dementia loose and it'll kill everyone but you. Yours is terminal, but you just respawn every week.
Next thing I knew, I respawned. Not in hospital, not in heaven, not in the ballpark where I had perished, but in the most sacred, holy place a man could find himself in 1952.
If you say Delaware, I'm leaving.
Kmart. It totally didn't open 10 years later, and it's not just my deranged imagination.
What? Are you kidding me?
I woke up inside a Kmart, standing right in front of the soda fountain. My hands were trembling, my knees were weak, my arms were heavy. No vomit on my sweater already, though, because I wasn't a disgrace like the kids these days.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I had to sit through you calling Australia a made-up Star Wars planet last week, so you know fucking what. This is us getting off easy.
And in that holy moment that I had been given a second chance at life, a message from the universe itself, I made a vow right then and there as I poured myself a large drink that never again would I allow another American citizen to suffer from thirst like I did that fateful day.
That's the most insane origin story for giving people oversized soda cups I've ever heard.
That's why I only serve large fizzos, no smalls, no mediums, only large.
That is not a logical conclusion to this story.
It's the only conclusion that makes sense, Nikki Nimarada.
No, the only thing that makes sense is that you've got serious brain rot. You're like this close to turning into a freaking skibbity toilet and invading New York City. Hey, if anything, that's the only thing more scary than my wall. I'd give you credit. That's even scarier than Tom Homan, for God's sake.
Oh, please, Donald, like you can talk. You're the poster child for people who order a Diet Coke just to feel good about themselves before inhaling an entire McDonald's menu.
Excuse me? Do you want to die again for the 10th time this week, Jack?
Oh, don't play dumb, Donnie. It's the classic fat guy move. Oh, I'm going to be healthy, I'll have a Diet Fizzo, and then bam! You're knee-deep in 10 chili-covered hot dogs, a triple bacon cheeseburger, and an apple pie.
It's Chili Joe. Chili, not poop.
Look, you can call it whatever fancy, highfalutin name you want. If it looks like poop, smells like poop, and tastes like poop, well, I got news for you, buddy. It's poop.
I swear to God, I would rather go back to Toys R Us and get puked on by another 5-year-old than sit here and listen to another second of this conversation.
Oh, great. Here she comes. The closer customer. The final boss of this miserable shift. The kind of person who probably keeps a clipboard in her car just to write down complaints about the slightest inconvenience she experiences throughout the day. I can already tell she's the type who goes on Facebook to post 1-star reviews on local businesses with paragraph-long essays about how her experience was absolutely unacceptable. I bet she writes angry letters to corporate when her coffee has 1 drop less creamer than she expected.
Joe, she just walked in, and you're already acting like she's about to file a lawsuit against you personally.
Oh, I know her type, Nikki. I can feel her energy from across the room the second she opens her mouth again. It's going to be some long-winded monologue about how the bun is too toasted or the ketchup is too red, how the mustard doesn't taste the way she remembers it from childhood. And let me tell you something. This woman, she's got the exact same soul-draining, joy-destroying, enthusiasm-crushing energy as my old gym teacher.
Wait a second. Hold on. Stop right there. Did you just say she reminds you of your gym teacher?
Yeah, Donald, my gym teacher, the bane of my childhood, the kind of woman who probably bench-pressed steel beams for fun and made children question their entire existence by forcing them to run mile after mile in the blazing heat with no mercy.
Don't even get me started. Gym teachers? Absolute dictators. These people were out here running their own personal military boot camps disguised as physical education. Meanwhile, the history teacher next door is showing movies every week and handing out participation trophies for showing up.
All right, let me step in before this gets even dumber. You two were born in completely different eras, in completely different states, in completely different circumstances. There is absolutely no possible way you had the same gym teacher. This is not a multiversal crossover event.
Ben, please. No one cares about your logic right now. This is about shared suffering.
See, this is the one thing me and Donald actually agree on.
For once in your life, you are speaking the truth.
But the thing is, Donald, you wouldn't understand. You see, in gym class, I was basically the 20th century Tom Brady. I was a sports legend. I was out there throwing game-winning passes, running the mile in record time, and breaking school records before lunch.
Joe, I need you to listen to me carefully right now. That is, without a doubt, the single most ridiculous, delusional, reality-detached statement you have ever said in your entire life.
Nah, it's true. I was out there making highlight reels before ESPN even existed. Meanwhile, you were probably at McDonald's doing in-depth research on the structural integrity of a Big Mac instead of actually breaking a sweat.
Excuse me? I was in peak physical condition.
Donald, you had the kind of childhood where your idea of lifting weights was picking up a double cheeseburger with extra bacon and holding it at different angles.
That's completely false.
It's historically accurate.
That is very fake news.
You're just upset because the referee was a Karen.
Wait a minute, hold on. You said she was your gym teacher? Now she's a referee?
Right, yeah. She wasn't the gym teacher, she was the referee.
This story is falling apart at the seams.
Listen, I don't care about the technicalities. All I know is that if she takes one bite of that hot dog, towering with dressings, and it topples onto her lap, it will be divine justice for every push-up, every lap, and every soul-crushing fitness test she ever made me suffer through.
Joe, that is not how karma works.
She's lucky I didn't intentionally burn the hot dog so bad it turns into a charcoal briquette. Or, even worse, undercook it so badly that when she takes a bite, she hears it squeal.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why Joe is never allowed near the grill again.
Listen, folks, I don't know why you're all doubting me right now, but I need you to understand something very important. It goes beyond just hot dogs and condiments and whatever nonsense you all keep throwing at me. The grill, this sizzling beast, it would be nothing without Daddy Joe.
Oh, for crying out loud, I knew it. He's finally lost it. The dementia has taken full control. I hope you have insurance because the dementia has taken the wheel out of your frail, wailing arms. Sleepy Joe, if you're even still in there.
I'm serious, man. This grill and I, we have a bond that none of you can even begin to comprehend. You see, every time you hear that beautiful sizzle when a hot dog hits the surface, that's not just heat reacting with meat. No, that's me. That's my very essence, my soul, whispering into the flames, guiding each and every sausage toward its destiny. I have a deep, unshakable spiritual connection with this grill. It listens to me. It respects me. It knows that I, Joe Biden, am the true master of the culinary arts, the undisputed king of the flame. This grill is more than just metal and fire. It is a living entity, and I am its chosen one.
Joe, I swear to God, I have sat through some of the most unhinged conversations of my life playing these games with you all. But this, you are making it sound like you are in an emotionally unhealthy, borderline inappropriate relationship with a kitchen appliance.
This is actually the most disturbing thing I've ever had to sit through, and I've been on trial multiple times. I mean, I have heard some absolute lunacy in my day, but this is some next level insanity. It's like I'm in a horror movie and the grill wants a blood sacrifice from you, Joey.
Joe, I'm speaking to you not as a political opponent, not as an intellectual, but as a human being who still has some semblance of sanity left. Please, I am begging you, never again refer to yourself as daddy of anything, ever, for the rest of your natural life. You have already done irreversible damage to my brain.
You're all just jealous. That's what this is. You're mad because none of you have the same kind of connection with the grill that I do. You're mad because when I slap a hot dog onto this bad boy, the grill sizzles just a little bit louder in recognition of its rightful master.
Okay, you know what? Fine. Whatever. If you want to have a creepy, deeply unsettling relationship with a piece of fast food equipment, go right ahead. But if you're going to insist on working here, can you at least start actually listening to the customers? When they ask for a Chicago-style hot dog, you give them a Chicago-style hot dog. You don't just throw some random regular old bun at them like it's a game of roulette and hope they don't notice.
Nikki, I am doing these people a massive favor. That so-called Chicago-style bun is covered in mold. It is an absolute disgrace to the culinary arts. And I am not about to let people put that garbage in their mouths. Not on my watch.
Joe, that's not mold. Those are poppy seeds. That's literally what it's supposed to look like. That is the entire point of a Chicago-style bun.
Oh, sure. Poppy seeds. That's what Big Bread wants you to believe. You guys have been brainwashed. You're out here defending mold like it's some kind of sacred ingredient, but I see through the lies. The bread industry doesn't want you to know the truth.
Oh, great. So now we've gone full conspiracy theory mode. What's next, Joe? Are you going to tell us that mustard is just yellow glue designed by the CIA to keep our mouths shut?
Okay, whatever, just forget the bun for a second because I actually need to know something way more urgent. Joe, can you explain to me in detail with a full rational explanation why earlier on you threw 8 hot dogs onto the grill at the exact same time? I'm so disgusted right now, dumbass.
Oh no, oh God, no. Joe, what were you doing? I didn't even want to acknowledge that because it pissed me off so much. You can't just throw down that many hot dogs all at once. That's culinary anarchy. You're going to lose complete control over the cook times.
Exactly.
No, not exactly. That is not an answer. That is a problem.
It's all part of the plan, folks. Some of these hot dogs, they're going to come out undercooked, some just fine. But some of these beautiful little sausages are going to be burned beyond recognition, reduced to nothing more than charcoal and the faint memory of what they once were.
That is, without a doubt, the absolute worst strategy for cooking I have ever heard in my life, and I used to watch Gordon Ramsay videos on mute just to see people cry.
I can't do this anymore. I have officially reached my limit. I am going to scream. I am actually going to have a full-blown psychological meltdown right here, right now.
Oh, come on, Nikki, you're overreacting. This is what we call grill roulette. It adds an element of surprise and excitement to the dining experience. The customers should be grateful for the thrill.
No, what you are doing is not grill roulette. What you are doing is serving culinary chaos. You are inflicting irreparable damage on the concept of dining itself. This isn't a restaurant, it's a dystopian nightmare disguised as a hot dog stand.
I would actually rather eat a mystery meat hot dog from a gas station in the middle of nowhere where the cashier looks like he hasn't slept since 1986 than risk eating one of Biden's roulette dogs. This is an insult to the very idea of food service. How sad.
I need a break. I need a long break.
Nikki, you need to have a little faith. I'm telling you, this is going to revolutionize the way people think about hot dogs. One bite into these bad boys and they'll be writing poetry about it.
Joe, I am going to need so much therapy after this.
Well, folks, I got to say, I'm honestly shocked right now. I mean, really, truly baffled. Look at those tips. Against all odds, I actually got tipped. Some people out there, in their infinite wisdom, decided that my service was worth extra money.
Probably out of pure pity. Or maybe they were just so traumatized by what you handed them that they felt obligated to pay you off in hopes that you'd never make food again.
No, I think they really appreciated my technique. It's all about the thrill, the mystery. Kind of like Russian roulette, but with hot dogs. People crave excitement, Don. That's why they tipped me.
No, Joe, they tipped you because they were afraid that if they didn't, you'd come back with a second round of grill roulette and permanently ruin their ability to trust food ever again.
Whatever the reason, a win's a win. But I gotta say, I think my scariest customer tonight was definitely Bernie Sanders. That man walked up to the counter, gave me this deep, soul-piercing glare, and didn't say a single word while I made his hot dog.
For the last time, that is not Bernie. That is Wallace. He is a fictional character. You have been talking about him like he's going to launch a socialist revolution in this hot dog stand. I can't take it anymore.
You sure? Looked a lot like Bernie to me. Had that whole disappointed grandpa vibe going on. Very judgmental energy.
I am done. I am absolutely done. I quit. I refuse to spend one more second in this nightmare of a workplace with you people. I am logging off and never coming back.
Wow, snowflake much? Typical Nikki, can't handle the pressure. Meanwhile, I, Donald J. Trump, would have been the greatest hot dog stand employee of all time if I had actually been in charge.
Well, folks, that's a wrap. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, if your hot dog is undercooked, it just means you got the deluxe edition.